What is going on, everybody? Peter Toering here.
Chris Vanbelle as well. Hey, Happy New Year, buddy.
Yeah, it is a fantastic January 2nd here of 2018. Welcome to the Macomb Real Estate Podcast, letting you know what's going on in Southeast Michigan real estate. So today we wanted to take a couple of minutes to go over what happened in 2017, why it matters, and where we're going in 2018.
2017 was like a really fun, really great year, man.
Yeah, and it was kind of an odd year. It was a year that we had right in the summer. We had just an absolute inventory dump off, and where no one could find a house. There was insane bidding wars. There were all sorts of crazy things going on. It's kind of cooled off over the last couple of months.
Oh, that's my first takeaway last year. You know, we kept expecting the spring. You know, all these homes on the market, and it just wasn't like we predicted. And anything that went on the market, man, it was bidding war after bidding war.
It seemed like everything was gone just almost immediately, and the numbers definitely show you that. I mean, you look at the median. Actually, it's funny. Our days on the market now are actually less than they were then. I think the big key is now we have more stale inventory that's hanging around.
Yeah, anything that is, I don't want to say not good, but by not good, I'm saying like maybe overpriced, maybe it's not a quality home.
And maybe it's not marketed right, pictures aren't very good. Those are hanging around on the market. So you look, the numbers don't quite show that, but it truly was a bidding war. If you look through July, September, things like that. And not that anything, that 25 days on the market was anything to scoff at, but your median days now is 15 days, which means the good listings are still going really fast. Not quite as many multiple offers as we were seeing in the summer, but they're still just absolutely flying off the shelves.
Yeah, the good properties are still nailing multiple offers. Like the really hot, like the flips. The flips have been pretty big on multiple offers if they're done right.
Right. The crazy thing about this is we've noticed, and we've been saying this throughout the year, that it was kind of a good time for everybody. Normally somebody has to suffer for somebody else to be good, right? It's either a buyer's market and sellers are going to hurt, or it's a seller's market and buyers are going to hurt. But the goofy thing about this was because of the low interest rates, the buyers were able to also have a really good time to be purchasing a home, which is really unusual. So it was a kind of a win-win for everybody involved here in the real estate game this year.
And I didn't really see any remorse when somebody was paying over asking price, especially when things appraised a little better than expected.
Yeah, we've certainly had some appraisal battles this year, but also it seems that the appraisers have now caught up as far as with the market. For a while, the market was outpacing the appraisers, and it seems like within the last month or two, the appraisers have really caught up.
I don't know if you saw the same thing, but I had the ones that I thought we were going to just nail it on appraisal, and those were the ones that gave me difficulty. And then I'd had the ones where I'm like, this one's a little bit iffy.
Yeah.
And then we just put the hammer down on those, and they're over appraising like for $2,000.
It's been seems like almost a crapshoot with the appraisals. The thing I want to talk about too is the new listings, of course, keep going down and down and down and down and down and down and down. We're down again 2.5% from just month over month. So November to December we went down 2.5%. We're down to like 2.3 month supply. We're getting very heavy on the seller side, and of course this isn't true everywhere. For those of you who are listening, we use Macomb Township just as our general area. It makes a lot of sense for us because that's right in our backyard. But Macomb County generally tends to follow Macomb Township. So as we're talking, Sterling Heights, Clinton Township, Harrison Township, Chesterfield, Shelby Township. Those all tend to follow Macomb Township as far as their numbers. So the numbers in your neighborhood may be a little bit off from what we're talking about, but generally they're going to be fairly close.
Yeah, I mean, you got to figure any of the Rosevilles, Clinton Townships, Fraser's, Harrison Township, they're not going to differ too much.
No. Macomb market is pretty stable.
Macomb is stable and it's sound. This just over 2 months inventory. That's what we're at right now.
It's crazy. Yeah, 2.3 months.
I'd love to see it at closer to 3.
Yeah, it would. It almost is turning into
maybe 4.
If you're thinking about selling, it's still an amazing time to sell. And it seems like it's negative 10 degrees here. Schools are going to be closed on Friday because it's going to be negative 30 or some insane number. But people are still buying houses. People are going out and looking. And the people that are coming out in these insane temperatures are very, very serious buyers. And you can tell that because the amount of shows depending. So the number of people that you have to have through your home to sell it is actually down. I mean, it's not down by a lot, but it is down, and it'll continue to go down as we get into January.
But it was nothing to have like 20, 30 showings. I mean, that's just
now we're down to about 16.
Common.
Right.
And 16, that's still, you got to figure that's probably counting in, having second showings and things of that nature too. So
yeah, if you look at the unique showings per listing, it's 8 showings per listing. So you could have as few as being displaced from your home only 8 times before you sell your house. That's not bad at all.
It might hurt my feelings.
Yeah, it might just be while you're at work too. So that's fantastic if you're thinking of selling. If you're thinking of buying, I tend to say the better, if you can find inventory, you're probably better off to do it now rather than later.
And come in heavily pre-qualified, please.
Yes, it's the interest rates I think are going to go up again. So
they're going to be up and down. What have they been doing for the last year? They've just been bouncing up and down, and they've been staying around. Well,
they've been
we can talk about interest rates,
but the big thing to notice with the interest rates is they have been, like I said, bouncing around a little bit, but they've stayed kind of at a steady increase. So if we look,
like 3.8, 4.2.
Yeah, they've gone really from. If you look from even October, we're up like 0.1%. So it's nothing crazy, but they are slowly climbing. So if you are a buyer and if there is interest out there, if there's good inventory for you, we'd encourage you to get rolling on it now. Plus, the big thing about this too is the sellers that are wanting to sell. Again, nobody wants to move in the winter. So if you've got listings that are listed, people have got to sell, and that can be really good for buyers. But what I wanted to talk about here too, of course, like we said, 2017 was what we thought a fantastic year for real estate. I continue to be proven wrong by this. Chris and I have talked about this more than once, that I have thought that the market was going to peak, and I thought it was going to peak, and I thought it was going to peak, and I said it in 16, and now I'm saying it in 17, and now I'm saying maybe we got some more juice left. If we look, sales price has been going up steadily. I don't know that there's a month that it's even gone down in the last 36 months.
If it has, it's been menial. I mean, it's still climbing, and I think it's got a little bit of room to go. You got to figure a lot of this is indicative on jobs and the economy and things of that nature. But man, it's busting right up there.
I can't see a single month in the last 3 years that we've gone down on median sales price for homes.
No, it looks like it's only gone flat. Maybe a little bit for...
In the winter, it went flat a little bit, and then it just continued to climb again.
Climbing.
January, February 16, it stayed very consistent, but it's still going up. So again, I don't know that you've got a lot of room left, but you can still get top dollar for your home, and your competition is going down. Again, this is, and we're going to, if you're watching on YouTube, these graphs will be up on the screen. The listing charts is just, we had a little bit of a listing spike in the fall, but it's dipped back down again. So we're back down again, like we said, about 2.5% just from last month. So you're getting less and less competition.
Yeah, I'm wondering what's going on with the listings right now. I mean, winter and all that nonsense, but we do have a lot going on with the new tax plan out. There's always you always hear rumblings about healthcare, but you watch that stock market and record highs over and over and over and over again.
I think that's a good indicator that we're going to continue to have a strong market. Hopefully, like I said, we'll end up balanced out in somewhere in like the 3.5-4 month range. As far as month supply would be really nice. But if you're listening to this, how does it affect you? If you're buying and selling real estate, how does it having a good market affect you? The biggest way, of course, is, like we said, you're getting more money for your home, and as a buyer, of course you are paying more, but again, the value is there. And also, like we said, right now the competition is not there. There's not a lot of buyers. Let's very briefly, and I don't want to get too much into this, but let's run over the basic tax ramifications as far as there was a cap on your principal and interest deduction.
Right. Now,
that being said, this was something that a lot of people were worried about here in 2017 here in Macomb County, that they would lose money in taxes, things like that. And that would be a kind of a blow to home ownership. And the truth about this is it's capped at like $700,000. This is not going to affect the vast majority of Macomb County homeowners. It is not going to change anything for you. So if you are thinking of buying and that has made you a little bit nervous, don't be. As long as you're not spending over $700,000, you're still going to be able to deduct the exact same way you did last year.
It's kind of cool the way that's working out. I watched a little bit of a program. I think it was CNN of all things, and it went to, I think, 4 different states from California, New Jersey. I think Michigan might have been one of them, in Florida. Just different tax ideas, and everybody was going to benefit.
Yeah, I think if you're in a high state income tax state, you'll pay a little bit more, or if you're in a high bracket. But Of course, we're not tax experts. If you are wondering about what exactly you can deduct and what you can't, and also how the new tax plan will affect you, go talk to your accountant, your CPA, or whoever does your taxes. But we did want to mention that your fears should be assuaged. This is not going to affect the vast majority of homeowners here in Macomb County. So, now let's look forward to 2018 here. Chris, what do you think we're looking at as far as going forward?
Well, what am I looking at, or what am I hoping for? I mean,
Both.
they're both kind of the same. I'm really thinking that these people that were on the fence with moving last year, I think they're going to give us a heavier spring. I know you and I have done many podcasts and videos on the whole let's not wait till spring. We can't emphasize that enough. Like right now, you'll definitely get more money for your house, but
Right.
I think the majority of those people that are the spring listers are probably going to be ready to pull the trigger this year.
Yeah, and that's it hits that way every year. People do want to list more April, May, things like that.
I wonder where that notion came from. Is it just the inconvenience, or
I don't know. We've talked about this before. If you listen to the podcast at all, you know that the numbers just absolutely do not support you waiting till spring to sell. You may get a couple of dollars more for your home, but you're going to be competing against a significantly more higher number of
you may
listings.
not get a couple of dollars more because
That's true too.
they're going to be looking at the other three houses that are competing against you, and
Right.
the other one's got granite, tile, hardwood floors, and you've got vinyl linoleum stuff.
So yeah, especially, and Chris bringing this up, it's a funny point. Especially if your house may not show the best compared to your neighbors, now is even a better time to look at selling. So I think going into 18 here, I think that we are going to hit, again, and I've said this for the last 2 years, but I think that we are going to hit the cap. I think that we are going to reach our peak, which is good as far as, like I said, if you are a seller. I think also, like we said, the interest rates, not going to go up a ton. It's still almost free money, like I said, an actual average of 4.125.
And we can friendly argue about this like we always do. I don't think we're going to peak yet.
Yeah, but either way, it's
But
good
that's
for
what we do.
sellers. And that's good. I hope I'm wrong about this. I hope our real estate market continues to go up. And it's, again, too, we finally reached pre-real estate crash numbers. We're not, this is nothing that's unprecedented. I think our...
But it's not the overinflated pre-crash numbers.
No, I don't think so either. And I think really the way to look at this is and say, okay, where are we headed in 18? Is to look where we've been. Okay, we've been, if you look at our average price per square foot right now is at $129. That's nothing that's unprecedented. If in fact, I'm actually going to come here and look at 10 years back, right? So pre-crash numbers, we were at 119, and that was even when the crash was kind of starting, and we're at 128 now. This is not that big of a difference from where we used to be. I can even go back here, 2005, we were at 122, 127. So these are essentially pre-crash numbers. But we don't have some of the lending problems. If you want to hear about some of the lending problems, what caused the crash, go check out the podcast we did with Don Symington. But these are essentially a pre-crash real estate market without the bad loans and without the economic problems that we had in 2006, 2007.
Well, they're starting to get a little creative with the loans again, but their hands are pretty well tied on giving the really trash loans that were putting people underwater.
Right. And that's certainly something to be aware of. So I still think that we're in for a very big year in 2018. I think that we are going to be, like I said, again, hopefully hitting some kind of a balance. But one last thing here, with an unprecedented amount of people renting, I think we're like 56% or some silly number.
Well, that's a whole nother podcast. Maybe we do that one next.
Take some time, meet with somebody. If you're renting right now, if you are living with your folks, if you just got a job, you're right out of school, if you maybe think that you can't qualify because you've got student loan debt or you've got X, Y, and Z, talk to somebody. There are more programs than ever for down payment assistance, for helping out with student loans, for helping with credit repair. I mean, there are all sorts of programs out there. 2018 is really, I'm hoping to be the year of the first-time home buyer. And I want to encourage people to look into home ownership again. I know that renting is easy. I know that you just pay your landlord, but also you don't own anything and you pay more per month. The rental rates right now, if we took the same house in Macomb Township that's selling for $140,000, that might rent for $1,600, $1,700 a month. I mean,
easy.
They really are. The numbers just aren't, and especially in the lower price points. If you went down and you were in Warren or Madison Heights and you were buying for 110, 120, those are easily going to rent for, $130,000, and that's on a $800 mortgage.
Yeah,
So you're paying almost twice as much.
Yeah, those. If you look at the average, I'm thinking East Point, Centerline, Warren. They're really rental heavy in those communities, and
yet you could own for 60% or 70%.
Yeah, I figure most people bought a lot of those, let's say, 1,000 square foot ranches for 50, 60 grand, and even say they're at 85, 90 right now.
Yeah, that's a $800 more, $700 mortgage, and it's a $1,100 rent payment.
It's $1,100, $1,200, and it keeps going up if you have a basement, a garage, a big yard. These are all things people see value in, and it's just more and more money, and the only person that wins is the landlord. So
going into 18, our goal here at Coldwell Banker is to be fulfilling the dreams of home ownership for as many people as we possibly can. So if you are wondering about this at all, give us a call. If you're thinking about maybe now is the time to sell, especially like we said, these numbers we've given you, they are really looking fantastic. We'd love to talk to you. We're not going to pressure you.
No, well, that's not us at all. I mean,
that's what we're doing now, right?
We'd rather sit down and BS and have a cup of coffee and give you the information we can so you can make a great decision, no matter if it is to list or buy right now. And
it might not be the time. It might not be the time for you, but we thought with coming into the brand new year, you know what? Put on your New Year's resolution list to become a homeowner, or if you're wanting to upgrade your home, to make that move in 2018.
Have us come by and do a quick market analysis on your home for you, just so you know where you're at.
Yeah, and if you're thinking about buying, we'd love to put you in touch with fantastic lending partners that can help you out if whatever it is that you need. We've got people that do, Veterans Administration loans, people that do FHA, people that do rural development if you're looking out in the country, people that do down payment assistance, MISHDA. What if there's a program you can think of? We've got it. Oh my
goodness! I mean,
so we've got people that can help you out.
Even help out some doctors too, man.
Yeah, that's a fantastic one to take a look at. We've got a podcast on that one as well. Guys, thank you so much. We are looking forward to a fantastic 2018. Like I said, put that on your New Year's resolution list. Become a homeowner and get started by talking to us. We'd love to speak with you. You can get a hold of us by call, by text message. You can Facebook message us. You can follow us on Facebook, Peter Toering Realtor and Chris Vanbelle Realtor. You can send us a message right through there. You don't even have to come and meet us in your office. We can just send you electronic things.
Absolutely.
So we'd love to talk to you. Thanks so much, guys. We will see you next time.
Take care.